Hello, I'm Ted Pugh, and this is Leadership Hacks. This is where I try to take leadership lessons and principles that are out there and that maybe we've learned before and we need to relearn, but I try to take them and put them in small bites. And so that we could maybe learn them more effectively or relearn them more effectively. Maybe we learn how to apply them better. And we learn other principles as we go, and we build upon those principles so that our leadership continues to grow in strength and effectiveness. We have been looking at servant leadership and the importance of serving from the bottom up and being servant leaders. We're going to finish that off today, but in a little different way, because I want to look at this important aspect of leadership that flows through servant leadership in every area of leadership, and that is alignment. We need to make sure that our ministries are in alignment. What I mean by that is that we need to always align to our mission and vision. That all our ministries, everything that we do in our churches, everything we do in our ministries, and everything our volunteers do and our staff does needs to align with mission and vision. And as we think about that, because those are the solid principal points of what Jesus has given us to do, is his mission and his vision, and so for the church. So as we look at that, I want to take the example of a car. All our cars need to be brought in periodically to go through wheel alignment. Nowadays, they align all four wheels, and they have all kinds of different aspects to it. I'm going to break it down in maybe for older cars a little bit, and just look at the three major areas of alignment that takes place when you take your car in. Car care always involves alignment. And the first one we want to look at is called camber, which involves adjusting the car's steering so that the tires are not leaning out or in. Now, if they're leaning out, you're going to find out that you're wearing the tires out. And if they lean in, you're going to wear the tires out. When you lean in, you're going to wear out the insides. Lean out, you wear out the outside of the tire, which then, once they wear too thin, you're in danger of a blowout or a flat. So you need to align them so they're not leaning out or in. Caster is the next one, which involves the vertical alignment, vertically in the car, that on the steering, vertically, so it's aligned to go straight. And lastly, toe adjusts the tires so that they are pointed straight, not to the left or the right. So when you adjust it, you could have one tire on the left side pointing out, and the tire on the right side pointing out, and they're going going against each other, or vice versa. And so you want to make sure that they're straight on, so that the car could handle properly. It won't put stress and wear on the tires, the struts, the shocks. They will align properly. We need regular alignment and proper alignment in our ministries, in our churches. And there's three areas of leadership alignment that I just want to share this today, and to just kind of review with us, because most of us know this, I think. And that is, first one is alignment with vision. We need to make sure that everything we do in the church, every one of our ministries, every one of our volunteers, every one of our staff people, everyone who attends the church understands what our mission and what our vision is, The vision that Jesus has given you and your church. What is that vision? We need to stay true to it and not drift, because there's visional drift. It'll drift us away from the vision. We get focused on something else. We need to bring it back in alignment, everything we do, to vision. Second is alignment with mission. And I said, mission is what Jesus gave us to do, to go out and make disciples of all people. And it's after the church has been around, after your ministry has been around pretty long, is that you begin to drift from that and you get focused on other things. And so we need to bring it back, center, and remind one another that we're here to win people to Jesus, to lead them to new life, and to disciple them. And so we need to periodically look at that through our ministry. How is every ministry in our church? How's every staff member? How's everyone who's volunteers? How are they aligned with our vision and mission? We also need to be aligned to our DNA of our church. Every church has a DNA. that's different than others, because there's different people in every one of our churches. And so our church develops a DNA, and we need to make sure that we are living out of and ministering out of that DNA, and we don't change it unless that DNA is corrupted. If not, we stay to the DNA of our church. That's what makes us effective as well. Then what we need to do is we need to follow through on the vision and the mission and the goals and the task and the ministries that are moving that forward. Our goals need to be achievable. So our goals in our ministries and all the points of our ministries need to be achievable. Our goals need to align with our mission and vision. And we need to periodically make sure that they are, because they will drift, and bring them back in alignment with our vision and mission. And they need to be accountable, or there needs to be an accountability. In other words, we need to make sure that I, as the lead pastor, am doing what I'm supposed to be doing and fulfilling it and finishing it as I'm supposed to in a timely manner, and be accountable for that. All the staff is to be accountable, and all the volunteers are to be accountable that they are achieving these things. And lastly, our goals, our tasks need to be sustainable. We need to, before we put that goal, that task, that vision into place, is it sustainable? So we need to make sure there's ways to sustain it. If not, retool it and then move forward in it. I hope this helps a little. We'll come back next week with some more leadership hacks. Have a great day.